Hello. Hello. Oh. Wait. Why my lights not working? I just noticed in the camera. What now? Where are my lights? What color? Hello. Oh my god, they're not plugged in. I forgot. Wait. Okay, there we go. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I forgot to plug them back in. Alright. Doop. Wait, what? It's auto. Yeah, no. It's auto. I keep forgetting, dude. Forgetting which one's autosave. So last time it said to be continued, right? So I have no idea what happens now. Okay, we're in the courtroom. Okay, we're in the courtroom. We're in court. Court is starting. Oh god, wait. I do have a glass of water with me as well. Court is now in session for... How do I say that? Machi to buy, Your Honor. Pixie of the Peggio? Right, his trial. Court is in session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-okay, Herr Judge. Very well. Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, my opening statement, yeah? No, actually. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What? What do you say to them? Eh? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. Judge, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yes. Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son. Chief Justice? His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. Ah. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. Thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? Well... Also, why is he asking this... The prosecution? What? Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Judge, this isn't about you. Just... What do you mean, let's wrap this up quickly? Oh my god. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're lucky, Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Letous, age 35. The global manager for Diva Songsters La Mirror. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. Court record. 45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? Now it sounds about average. A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. And knocked off his feet he was. Shocker. Barco, welcome in. What up, what up? However, the bullet struck him in the shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. That was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition would have been much worse considering. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty chill, a little tired, but you know. Prep photo edit. 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. Super cramped. What the fuck? Oh, you can't barely see it. Yeah, it's super cramped. Look at that. What the fuck? I didn't realize it was this cramped. I thought there was like a path in the middle. I see. The court accepts this evidence. We're talking about a 45 caliber revolver. We must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Don't be a dick. Trust me, it's easy. Funny runes. Yeah, yeah, it is pretty easy. Be a dick. Surprisingly. Really? Yeah, apparently. Weapons that size of a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care to choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in the dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. Surprisingly it is, but what if they are? You never know. Well, then they get bonked, you know? Yeah, get out of it. No, actually they be put on trial here. They be put on trial right here. I'm gonna sentence them for lifelong prison time. Oh shit. Wrong one. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Sentence then to watching Lanky Box for eternity. What's Lanky Box? Oh. Oh, it's these guys, those brain rot YouTubers, right? That's a sentence. Yeah, holy shit, I gotta write that down. That's a good one. Dude, I saw some video like someone was talking about them. That shit looked yet when the witness entered the room, it was empty. Save for the victim's body, of course. I never, girlfriend. That's impossible. Hmm? Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tabai. Only this defendant could have committed the crime. But how? It's quite simple. Circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. Well, what if we did it, and now the detective saw us, but what if she's involved? You never know. Very well. I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand. The witness. Oh. Her. Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was in security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired, somehow. Excuse me. Security at the concert, you say? Well, you did a pretty shitty job then, huh? Some security, yeah, it was. Couldn't even stop a murder. No, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know? That's not very much reassuring, Your Honor. I'm sure it makes it feel much better. Yeah. How'd I hear about these bigger mistakes? Same. In any case, because you were in security detail, crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony, if you would. Describe the circumstance of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Lucy's silly fella? Oh yes. She be getting silly goofy. I'm still questioning why she's even allowed in the courtroom. She's like 15, dude. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. All the people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. Ah, you didn't mention that we were there too. You left that out. I don't know if that's where that was on purpose or if she... It was lucky that the detective was first on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? No. Yeah, pretty much. No, that's not true. There's a vent. There's a vent and a ladder to it. We know this. Apollo, what the fuck? We know this. How can I say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Funny thing, I haven't played any of the games in the AGT or but on every corporate and some tidbits lol. I'm trying to figure out, wait, Ace Attorney, no, Apollo Justice Trilogy and TGAAC is, what does that stand for? The Great Ace Attorney something C. But I have a corporate and some tidbits. Yeah, I've only ever watched the first 3. I've actually finished watching them just recently, and that's why I really wanted to play the other games and stream them. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay. Grace Energy Chronicles, right, Chronicles, yeah. Yeah, I bought those too. We're gonna play those too. This is still the first game. We're gonna play the other, the Duology, I think it's called, and then there will also be the Miles Atroth game, Duology. So that I want to play, and my god. Murderous circumstances. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Oh, yeah, we have to press a couple times now. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. I was a detective doing it on security detail, might I ask. Can't wait for the investigation games. Dude, same, it looks so cool. I was always interested in them. I don't know, I just never got really around to approach them. It was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. Stench. Conspiracy. Yeah, it's kinda sus. That day, at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys. The whole morning. No, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. Yeah, he was kind of pissed off about that. Here he goes again. Time to pirate, he risky move, so I'll pass. Actually, I'll pass. Also, I don't want to be in trial against Phoenix Wright. Oh my god, he's gonna point his finger at you, and you're gonna be like, oh! There's gonna be like a shockwave, and you're gonna be, and then suddenly you're gonna admit everything. That's how it goes. Is it simply possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Oh, I mean, does it? He's like, nah. Why did he feel like shredding it now, huh? Love, slow acting in you, is waiting for you. God, it's getting fucking warm again. Turn on the fan. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor, adrift on the sea of sound. Yeah, I was like, for a second I was considering it. Oh, he might be a suspect, but that makes no fucking sense. He was literally on stage. Everybody saw him. You know, there's a fan project being made called Turnabout Creator, which means you can make your own cases and remake the entire Phoenix Wright. Damn! That sounds really cool. Holy shit. Wait, make your own cases so you can play them yourself or make others play them? That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. I would love to do that. Holy shit. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see. I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean most time on their hands? Please, this is a testimony. Other people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. Certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Fräulein special permission to be there. I want to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. We've been involved for a while. Great. Some other hangers are on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. And no other outsiders were there then. Well, there was this weird yellow mage guy running around. That was kind of that guy was kind of sussy as fuck. Yeah. The creator said custom characters will have to wait though. That makes sense. Yeah. Custom characters. That sounds complicated. And then at the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackers. Whatever. Oh, hey, no snacking in court. And you sure the shots came from Lamoureux's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Donk. Ah, thanks. Thanks? So, how about Emma? We were there, hard to it's hard to mistake him with them. Fuck's sake. Please, either talk or eat, not both at the same time. Oh my god. Yeah. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. I went to the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? This rock and roll music that's so skibbity goated, as the kids say today. That's right. When we went into the dressing room, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. The pipe sound from the stage into this backstage through the speakers. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You gotta listen to the Gaviniers in with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe. Making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you could hear that music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. How did you determine that? How could you know something like that? As I said, it's clear from the circumstances. Listen. We know there was only one exit from the room. That door. No, there's also a vent with a ladder. Dumbass. The small window only opened a tiny crack. And I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? Do you see that? Ladder, vent. There's only one possibility. The air vent. Oh yeah, no, I'm so stupid. Referring to that. So stupid. She's not talking about the door because we were outside the door. I'm just stupid. I take everything back. I take everything back. But the air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through. Nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. Child. Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with this concert were allowed. And all of the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant? Pixie of the arpeggio flitted up toward the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, her forehead. And there's another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened. Wait, what? Something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tabai's fingerprints. What? What? Well, that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. How are we gonna bullshit our way through this? Always contradict themselves to find the truth. That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, her forehead. What fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent. That doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience. So this was just decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. The defendant sounds mighty guilty right now. They sure do. I believe that's enough of that. Oh, the prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine a verdict. Did we? I mean, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make the hospital visit. I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. But how could he possibly fire that gun? I think that's the big elephant in the room, right? How could this kid possibly shoot and aim with this huge fucking revolver? Unfortunately, we have no direct witness. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. But what are the fingerprints on the gun? You can't wield that. Can't be over already. Very well, I believe this trial is finished. Nah, Your Honor. Nah. I plead nah. And if the defense has no contradicting evidence, prosecution has presented our proof, clear and plain. You have contradicting evidence. It better be clear and plain. Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already. You better come up with something quick. I know. What can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case. If you do, you'd better tell us about it now. This is it. So soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. Court wants contradicting proof. I think I want to show the gun. I'm not sure if call a witness is a good call here. I don't know. It might be, but I want to try the gun. That's a fun fact about the victim. Shu Takami, the creator, named the victim because he saw Roman lettuce in a Roman lettuce, the recipe, when trying to name the guy. Oh, funny. Yeah, the names are always like the name puns are It's so clear. It's yeah. You either hate it or you love it. I like him. Contradicting evidence. This should be interesting. What sort of evidence? Yes, what sort of evidence, Mr. Justice? Show us evidence contradicting the prosecution's claim. Yeah, well, the gun. This evidence is more than contradict. It flips the whole case on its head. Thank you for presenting evidence that is both clear and plain, as requested. Yes, clearly and plainly wrong. What? Come on. How? I just want to say, how the fuck would he wield that? Come on, that's... Man. I fear the defense option are limited. Wait, what did I say, Mr. Justice? There's only one way out of this. Evidence or witness. I can prove Machi's innocence beyond... I think you flunked up. I sure did. Okay, they put us back here. Yeah, well, I can't think of like clear evidence, evidence that tells us. Wait, who could be a witness? Her, Lamora. Was it? No, Lamora wasn't on stage, right? It has to be her, right? I can say it. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, Atrocchini, My Love. There he goes again. That's too bad, because there was a witness. Ho ho! Really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge the prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. Oh, his last words, yeah. Oh my god, I completely forgot about them. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive. Salutous, can you hear me? Cold. It's so cold. Witness. Cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Salutous. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is... Siren. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did. Perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is that her forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradicting proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps. A stiffer penalty than usually is called for? There's no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. Gotta be her then. Lamora. Recall Mr. Salutous' last words. Siren. Siren? Aha! He meant the siren. That's right, the siren of the ballad, Lamora. Lamora was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, my claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Very well. Let's hear it from the horse mouth then. What? Shall we? Okay. We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lamora to the witness stand. Lamora would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today, drag that story out of her, no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. Oh, you can speak English? Yes. Yes, I can. Though I'm not very good. This much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language. Nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her a witness, but I did not. Marco! Oh, the alert didn't quite work correctly there. Thank you so much for the follow, much appreciated. Hope you have a wonderful time here. Let me, can I?
Master Chief,
Ah, there we go.
mind telling me what you're doing?
Sir, watching Space Cloud.
I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lemura suffers from amnesia. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, no, dude. Amnesia? Lemura is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. What? She's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer Lemura, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. I was gonna think, like, shouldn't you as a... I don't know. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lemura. Thank you. Yet there's something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lemura, let me be frank. I do not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet, that young gentleman with the white forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Fuck! Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. Okay. What I saw. As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. Hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Wow, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go. Shut the fuck up, Tracy. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lemura wouldn't talk to me that night of the crime. Must know something. I've got to find out what. Okay. We can't activate this, I guess she's telling the truth. I don't know. You must have seen something. Mr. Latouche named you. Mr. Latouche? How can I tell you what I don't know? Lemura, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. It was a great concert. Apollo, you heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. Mr. Justice, what the fuck are you doing? If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. I can't know why he's so much better. Honor my gavel would be nice. A judge. What's this? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy. Apparently his grandson is a big fan. Let's continue, shall we? You would, Lamera. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. Did not return backstage, the second set. You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing. It was Machi with you at the time? Fortunately, I do not know where he was. So much for an alibi for Machi. And I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. I was told to wait there. With Machi, correct? How was he then? Seemed as he always does. Though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latu's death. Yet, he's not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he's given the policy no end of headaches. He's given the police no end of headaches. Oh. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know the language. He doesn't know English, bro. Question hasn't gotten very far. Questioning. He sat there, waiting. That was where I learned that something had happened. But I wasn't told the details. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latu's died. Of course, investigations require some security. But Mr. Latu's was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you. Yes, I understand. Think what doesn't ring true about her testimony. It's hard to imagine Lamera lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. But wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? Damn, okay, so it's repeating. So I'm gonna have to present something. What do I have to, what can I present? What are my options, wait? This is hers, she dropped this. I'm not sure how important this is. Oh, we can look at this. Okay. Oh yeah, the autopsy report. We haven't looked at this yet. Death due to loss of blood from a gunshot wound. 9:30. Time elapsed between shooting. Death currently under review. Yeah, it's only a couple minutes. We found him right after the shooting. Like what they did with the music thing. But this wasn't anything special, I think. What would we show and where? That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage until the second set. She's gotta be lying here. How could we prove that? Maybe with the brooch? Maybe she lost it on her way back? I mean, I could try. Oh! Okay, okay, wow, that was... Damn, I'm good! Holy shit! I'm sorry, Lamera, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lamera's. She was wearing it for a song. Care to add to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. Oh, okay, that makes sense then, if she was wearing it on stage. At the very scene of the crime. Oh, I think he said something, wait. The brooch was found after the murder took place. Oh yeah, at the very scene, yeah. What? Lamera, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. Oh, he played him so good, dude. Oh. What? What's that? Oh! What is the meaning of this? Lamera, please explain. Lamera? Beep boop beep boop. She says English is quite difficult. You understand that? That trick's not going to work here. Beep boop beep boop beep boop. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. Is he actually translating it, or is he just trying to shit on me? But you have missed one important fact. What now? Beep boop beep boop beep. In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. Yeah, well, you still lied. What? Beep boop beep boop beep. Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Is she talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Slatus, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. Hold on, where? Yeah, we've found this. This is Siren. Emma, what was that? Oh! Oh, it's still the door. It was still the door that we heard. Okay. Was that her then? Oh shit, okay. What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. Could have sworn I heard the door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So this was when your brooch dropped? That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Her forehead. Is raised the possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in at the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. A forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. You just can't catch a break, man. I closed the door immediately. Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. It's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamera, you did look into the room though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. Doesn't matter. When my performance was finished... Oh, we can use the ring. The bracelet. When performance was finished, I went backstage for just a moment. I saw nothing. The late Mr. 2's body was behind a wall. Saw nothing. Can't see her hands, right? She isn't sweating or anything. Gotcha! No, no. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go back. Yeah, let's shut up. I pressed that by accident. Oh. Well, well, well. Oh. Oh boy. It's a marshmallow. Holy shit. Okay.
Wildberry sorbet on homemade chocolate sand marshmallow.
God damn. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. No. The late Mr. Latu's body, you say? Yes? You know something more about Mr. Latu's death than you are saying? What? I could see you trying not to remember. But the effort made you swallow. Can't fool my eyes. It's true. It was so terrible after all. Why must Mr. have to be shot? This is the worst game to eat anything with. One moment, Lamara. Yes? What was that you just said? Why Mr. Latu's have to be shot? Oh True. How does she know that? No one told her yet. Yes? She was hiding something. I knew it. I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Eh? How could that be? Take this. Lamara contradicts her own testimony and I have the evidence to prove it. Tell me, Lamara. How do you know he had been shot? Eh? Well, immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latu's had been shot. How could you have known? Oh. She died. Lamara, you aren't hiding something from the court, I hope. Never. Never do. Sec, wait. No. Fucking marshmallow. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? Saw something, I know it. Being the victim said so. I saw bullet holes in the wall and knew Mr. Latu's had been shot. Only a glimpse, yet you know they were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I have seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous in our country. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. Piperican, Piper, yo, what up? Objection! Hell yeah. Wait, we actually have an emote for that. Look at that. Boom. Objection! That's really cool. I hope I get to travel like Lamara someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. The studios have a different sound, you know. Maybe I should go on the Chords of Steel tour too. Sure. Well, how are you doing, Piper? Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was when I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. Okay, is there anything we can do right now? I think wasn't. What doesn't ring true about our testimony? Yeah, it's hard to mention that one thing. Okay, so we have to go for it. Good, good. First, the adventure finished with a party and put together enough materials for beginners. Campaign, hopefully it goes well. Also went on vacation to Hawaii for about 10 days. Yo, nice. Was relaxing but very muggy. Oh, muggy? Like mugging? Or muggy? What's muggy? What does muggy mean? But cool, sick, dude. That sounds great overall. Okay, we know what this. Already asked that. So it's really about this, huh? So bullet holes in the wall and numerous twos had been shot. Is it just this? Do I present this? Oh shit, I do, okay. But I don't know what he's gonna say, man. Lamara, they call you the siren of the Balam, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. I put down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and stop polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't that be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Amara, you're looking from the door for just a moment. Oh, because the door opens like this. Ah. Correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes? But they were in the wall the door's on. Eh? See, assuming you merely glanced into the room. I guess so, yeah. You couldn't have seen those bullets. Lamura. Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you? I must tell you what it is that I saw? Yes, you're under an oath. You are in court, yes. Yeah. That's kind of the point of this. The happenings in this trial are being recorded. And I'm certain it will be the only news in Borginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. Falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. Are you stupid? But you knew how Mr. Latus died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lamura. Very well. Lamura, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. What I saw too. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. Oh, fucking knew it. Okay. Alright, she was there then. There were 2 shots. Wait, but it only opens by a crack. 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. Okay. Well, that kind of flips everything on its head. So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person, you say? Ah. This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, forehead. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lamura. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. Something smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Yeah. That's kind of... It doesn't make sense because a lot of people made clear, oh, but that window opens by like a crack. And you could probably maybe still look through, but not like how she described it, I guess. So you were heading towards the dressing room? Yes. This is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. At the same time, Emma and I heard those shots. I was on my way back. There's something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes. You need not worry, Lamura. Your choice of words is impeccable. There's a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers in this detail. A little window on the wall. I saw the crime from there. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. Are you certain you heard 2 shots fired? Yes, quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit. This was when I heard a faint sound, like a gunshot. Wondering what it had been, I peered through the window. That is when I heard the second gunshot, much closer. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene. No contradictions so far. It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do. But it wasn't Machi. It wasn't Machi you shot. Are you sure? Yes, quite certain. Ha ha ha. It amuses me that you would question a testimony. It's testimonying in your favor. Isn't it my job to object? Yeah, Apollo, what were you thinking? Lucy, let's just listen to what Lamar has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yes, of course. You see... Okay. Wrong person, I know it was. Wrong person. That's a little vague. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certain you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female? It was a man, a young man. You sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. Oh, that could be important. That voice. It's the voice of a man. So you heard the voice. But wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. I did not just say that I do not forget. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So you were at the window, and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Oh, this is a good testimony. The proof that it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? Contradictory. Though it pains me to say this, there's something about Lamara's testimony that rings false. Bravo for that. You're colder than I thought. Sure remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lamara has to be lying. I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes on this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. As our forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction with the testimony. What next? What's he talking about? Lamara, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet, remember, so you are... Wait, Siren of the Ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean? Hollow, what's he talking about? I couldn't... how come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? He says stuff like that, yeah. You said that like 5 minutes ago. I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. State of the room? It's messy. Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I found it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. What? But I'm sure. Lamara, I have nothing but the highest regard of your musical sense. My opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. Hey, you've been lying for like the 4th time now. But she's the only eyewitness we have. So you say, and the victim named her, the Siren, as the witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche. We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. A judge. Yes? Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness' credibility. But if Lamara can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Thank you. Now, where were we? Yes, I would like to hear from Fräulein Detective again. Wait, let me hear Lamara's testimony one last time. But the cross-examination is already over. If such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand. Sorry I could not be of more assistance. At last, back to the real trial. Ready here, forehead? Hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Well, detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice. And then I repeat a song for an encore. You would, Miss Sky? I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latu's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Oh yes, there was only one door in the room. And the witness, you, standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits people who could possibly get through. Okay, guys. I'm gonna have to finish this. So be it real quick. Because it's actually melting away. Ha! Oh, it turns into fucking... like, fully liquid. Alright. I certainly would have a difficult time. Sure would. Glad you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the conditions for a killer is the defendant. A virtuous performance. Couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh, what's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. Circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when you found Machi? That was bizarre. Oh yeah. He was with the fucking dead body on this platform. He's right. Why did Mr. Latu's body disappear from the room? Yeah, I don't think he could carry him up there. That's something else. I don't think he can fire the gun. I don't think he can carry this body. Like, not that fast either. And end up on top of that stage tower. Only a guitar, no less. Deceptive observation, Herr Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough. You get a nose for things. Judge sure seems pleased with himself. He's such a smart guy, holy shit. Very good. Well, detective, perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamoureux's song. It's fucking weird. No one in this court had a motive to kill the victim. and Archie practically left the signature at the scene. No luck, have fun with the case. Alright, appreciate the luck, Vaco. Thanks for sticking around, and yeah, hope to see you soon, or next stream. See. Yeah, have a nice look. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Amorous song? Yes. The guitar serenade. You notice it's code too, did you not? It's code? All the events that day followed the lyrics of a song. Oh yeah, we figured that out earlier. First the keys, my heart held on tightly, was stolen. Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. So the two's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit I'd forgotten about the song. But it is now. Waiting for me. The grand finale as it were. Hey, no, I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and continuing to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance. Let's get to the next, the cross-examination. I'm not so sure I'm going to be doing this much singing. Singing. The missing body. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. What's your body just to match some lyrics? I don't believe myself, I hope it can't just be a coincidence. This is Fallen Detective says. Let's begin with the first verse. If you would, Fallen Detective. What? You want me to sing it? You are the witness, yeah? Or do you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as vocalist is not trivial. Fine, fine. Oh shit, is he actually... let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we? You stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. Indeed, my favorite heart-shaped key ring was stolen that morning. Next we got to the right page of the lyric sheet. Where we find burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away. As we know, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames. Like a bullet of love. Fire, take my life away, all away. So Latu's life was taken by a bullet. Our Fallen Detective, you're singing. It's not bad. Now for the finale. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latus was found with a guitar high in the sky over the stage. Fucking rocking it up there. No series of coincidences could be so well conceived. He's right, scientifically speaking. What Wokey has said, that concert was whack. That's a nice callback to the last case. It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter. He moved the body to match Lamoura's song. Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? Also, how? How is no one questioning that? He's a child. Want my scientific opinion? No clue. He clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. A deep reason? Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason. And worse if he had none. The Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this on just a whim. While a detective, I take offense to that description. Get fucked, Mr. Gavin. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say. Yes, this crime was planned for sure. Now in this country had a motive to kill the victim. But Mr. Latu spoke English. May have come to this country before. I'll look into that, I assure you. Oh? It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own. Great. See? No one here had a motive to kill him. Certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. It does seem difficult to imagine. Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt. What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song? Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. Even in my textbook at school. I've never heard of them. What does she say about me? What does that say about me? I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer boy. Archie practically left a signature at the scene. What do you mean by a signature? Bullet holes in the wall, of course. Bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. That means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. Would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No, you can't be serious. Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed? It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me. The monitor in that room was blaring at the time. I completely forgot. He's blind. What? How would he do all that on his own? Like, sure, you could say like, oh, he missed his first shot because he's fucking blind, but then he shot again and then hit. How would he move the body? How would he know where to go? And everything. Like, that makes no fucking sense, dude. Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. Blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Injustice, what do I do now? Yes, object. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, it could have been struggling with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. Revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? The shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon. Why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tabai, is, as you can see, tiny. Yes, finally someone is acknowledging that. He's a child. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. Conceiving argument, to be sure. Aha, take that, smug prosecution. Apollo? What? The bit about Machi being tiny. The gun throwing off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? No! How the fuck would he fire it? It would completely throw him off the first time. And if he missed, how the fuck would he shoot again properly? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was without a doubt the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Perhaps I really put my foot in this time. But let's get the facts of the matter on the record. You would, fallen detective. The witness will add this to her testimony. Right. Safe to crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. Can't say he was blind just because of those bolt holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof per se. Huh? Merely raised the possibility. One detective has made a most logical conjecture based upon the evidence. Of course, there's more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent. But wait, he was blind. How would he know about the air vent in the first place? Ah, very good point. Well, foreign detective, would care to explain? Certainly seemed sure of himself. Recall the crime scene, if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance. Really Machi to buy. He would have known that there would be a way out at the top of the stepladder. That's... Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You could have figured it out for yourself. You only need to consider what the stepladder was doing there. Looks like the defense objection has been squished by a stepladder. Well, for it. Out of ammunition, perhaps? Never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood. Although, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need? We need something to prove the killer could see. Gotta pull him in this place. Proving the shooter was sighted would do it. I would take down one of the central points. Have any evidence that I can prove that, though? No need. What kind of evidence would I show? Proof that he can see. I don't think there is evidence for that. I'd say no need. Can't think of anything that proves the shooter could see. Face does not exactly project confidence. Maybe you should just accept it and move on. Hollow, grow a backbone. Very well, the witness may continue her testimony. Couldn't even get a word in edgewise. Is this a problem? No, it doesn't. What do we do? First, we don't panic. Even though Machi's case is leaking water by the gallon, Gavin's on a roll. It's up to me to stop him. So we're just thrown back here. What could I present to show that Machi is not blind, or the killer is not blind? Oh, we're good. We're back here. So, do I just say... Mm-hmm. Prosecution is saying the shooter missed because they couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it. The defense will please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Yeah, but what do I present here? This? I'm not sure it overturns anything. It suggests. Yeah, okay. This is a guessing game. I have no clue what I should show here. Oh, is this just... Okay, we got thrown back all the way back here. Okay, maybe this is just... It's a dead end. Well, if it is about the song, we're basically skipping half of, like, a fourth of it, no? We're skipping the second part here. Ugh. Okay. I'm a bit lost here. Ricky left his signature on the scene. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fuck, man. Fuck. Yeah, okay. Yada, 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 yada. Ah, what do I, man? Fuck, dude, fuck. Man, I really don't know what to do here. What was this about again? Signature, you mean the ball holes on the wall? That's right, allow me to specifically. I think it's this, but like, maybe not. I don't know. Holy shit, I'm really stuck on this. I really don't know what to show them here. That's stupid. No, this doesn't work. Okay. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, I can save right now. I should do that more often. Don't spare me the fucking dialogue I have to click through here. Oh, this is the time of day. Okay. I was like, what? Anyway. show the gun. Jesus. No one in the country had a motive to kill the victim. Oh yeah. This judge. It's just, dude, I just don't know what to show them right now. I'm really stuck on this. What? What is that? What is that? What does that prove? What does that do? Okay. What? The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. Scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene. Yes. Apparently not thorough enough. A certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. What? This is that evidence. Photograph of the crime scene? I don't care much of for the smirking prosecutor Gavin's face. This is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There's something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. And perhaps you best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breezer, put in good use, yeah? Whereabouts? Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. Contradiction that seems the crime is... What's then? It's probably this then. Right? There's something written? Something? The contradiction is right here. Smeared bloodstains? I thought it was just my blurry vision, but it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something. Ah, I get it. At least I think I get it. Get what, Fräulein? When Mr. Latouche was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write in his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. Certainly logical conclusion. Tried. I just wish I wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Ergo, neither would I. Huh? Now has anything else to say? About what? So the prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer. And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? Are you guys fucking stupid? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Wait. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. You guys are so fucking stupid. Aha! Oh my god. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that! The killer had to have been able to see. God, yeah. Why would I rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant Machi Tabai is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Possible. Order, order, order. Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now, it seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviners are a band with law enforcement's ties, yet a murder court. During a concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't. And he's about to tell us. I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the fallen detective. If I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machi Tabai is blind? Huh? What did you say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Was? He's a blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamara hand him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant Machi Tabai. According to this, Machi Tabai can see perfectly well. I fucking called it, man. I called it at the beginning of the case, man. I saw this kid and I was like, yeah, he's bullshitting. Okay. Well, this makes this a bit more difficult. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Boginians. This guy's genius. You can see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? The forehead. Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was fallen detective. I have a hair in my mouth. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider Machi Tabai sees. GPUs on blah 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 blah. Be gone. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problem with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe her forehead entirely explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was a kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. Simple accident, in other words. Someone is called hair forehead. No, that's just what the prosecutor, Mr. Gavin, calls Apollo here. He just calls him Mr. Forehead because he has a huge forehead. That's about it. How's that? I'm afraid your objection is just flown off for brighter skies. This is where real fun begins, Mr. Forehead. This sucks. And you didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? I mean, maybe. Yeah, apologize. Haha. Oh, sorry. There's no way to apologize. Dang it, the trucy now. Look out. If we could please end the bickering now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. Can't believe that I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue by solving this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Aha, what? This bloodstain. Criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what he was really written then. Really? You can do that? That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Why didn't we do that when we were literally there? Okay, whatever. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? Ah, so I'm going to tell you. Bloodstains cover the section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, the section was removed as submitted. Perhaps we should request in here in court now. Oh, it was cut out and brought here. Wow, okay. Go for it, Apollo. Huh? I have to do the test? Just have to spray. Yeah, you're the protagonist. You're the player character, you know? Emma, what the fuck are you talking about? Canada, the next about. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, ready? Easy as pie. Just put space to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hands are shaking. Let's do this. Okay. Enhance. IPXX314206. What? Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science. It says IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is. Figure it was a robot or Elon's son's son, kid, whatever. Aha, I have it. So what is it? Thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. There's an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents to solve international crimes. Why would you write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Fräulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify the number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Ooh. Oh, it's this guy. This guy's also sussy as fuck, by the way. I swear. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. Okay. Not sure what to think of all this. Prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet, if this number is really that of an Interpol agent. Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi Tabai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. How? He's a child. Possibility, yes. I wonder what mark him as a killer for certain. Why did the twos know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? Curious mystery concerning Machi Tabai. What are you talking about? Well then, detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could in fact see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. Makes little sense. Why do you think, her forehead? Huh? Me? Machi Tabai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He knows from the start of the trial. He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us this whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobai pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice? Can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I have no clue. I have no idea. I thought, I'm disappointed in you. Unless you're merely feigning stupidity, yeah? Keep it up, wise guy. Recall the relations of Lamara and Machi Tobai. Particularly their arrangement over the years before visiting her country. Lamara had pianists. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind, so we thought. She led him all the time, at all times. All times. All times, Yet we know that Machi could see perfectly well. What can you up to charade? I don't know. Well, was it part of the performance? There's a simple explanation to judge. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. Which means... You don't mean... I haven't... What? I do. It was the other way around. What? Huh? The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamara. What? But... Okay. What's this? So you mean to say that Lamara is... She's... blind as a bat, head judge. What? What? But like what? What? Order! This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter and sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamara herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me. I have no idea what she couldn't see. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Yeah, that... I don't know, man. It seems so weird. Bailiff, bring in Lamara. Lamara. Pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way. And yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. His eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. What the fuck? How funny it is that a tiny lie born in Burgundian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So, you are? Yes, as I mentioned before. But like, okay. I have no memory of the time before I became Lamara. Know, too, that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamara. Oh, I see. You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Herr Forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Oh my god, he fucking knew the entire time? Okay. Ah. Now, Lamara, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course. Though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. It's crazy. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Okay. But this is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? It's quite vaguely worded, but sure, yeah, whatever. I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it's best we let you get it out of your system. Someday you come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well, the defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any question deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay. There's only one part that bothered me. So let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Which one? You don't know why you went blind? I do not. You may have been born this way, in fact. It's ruthless to attempt to pry into her past. And I might add, it's the delicate subject. I'm not sure we can reasonably expect Mr. Justice to do anything delicately. Hey, oh my god, take a deep breath and calm down. What I am now is all that I have. It is enough, I think. Weren't you nervous to hit the stage in your condition? No, not at all, surprisingly. It felt natural, singing in front of everyone. It's not something just anyone could do. She has talent, that much is quite clear. You might even say she is beloved by the gods of music. Even without light, I live perfectly happy in my world of sound. That is a talent, as you say, and I thank the gods responsible. What about your PR motto? The producer came out with a PR line before you knew this. Perhaps your music reminded me of Burgundian scenery? No, it was quite the opposite. The opposite. According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality. Global? Multicultural, if you will. Hard to pin into one region. When people listen to it, they picture the country closest to their hearts. Which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story. Sounds like this producer might have known what he was doing after all. My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painters are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind how I'm represented to the world so much. Yet, one thing quickly led to another. To simulate my sound, I had to pretend I could see. Pretend I could see. Was that to protect your image as the landscape painter in sound? That doesn't matter so much to me, really. The label is quite concerned about it, I think. Landscape painter who can't see. Like a pianist who can't play, huh? Not sure you can compare your father to Lamora. The world of commercial music is filled with these little white lies. Nothing is sacred when it comes to publicity. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Oh. I accidentally skipped the last one. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course. He was my manager. So he knew. That's what's been bugging me. Yeah, how? Why would he want to witness them? Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You're thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Yeah. Can't see. He even mentioned it, okay? Mr. Tooth told me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There's no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words one more. Yeah, you did mention the witness, siren. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not what I refer. What was said before that? Yeah, can't see. Before? What comes before that? That's right, he tried to tell you. But he said can't see. He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, have fun. Try relaxing and looking at the facts next time. Good one, Clavier. Good one. Got him. Order, order! Carl Lamera's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. Couldn't do anything to stop it. But you couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through the window. Why else would he have named her as a witness? Ah, but they really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice. Fortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know in an instant. Your Honor! What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? We have the results back from the investigation. Oh, what investigation again? The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darren. Well, tell us about the number. The defendant is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX 314206. The agent registered number was Romain Latouche. Oh, he was an Interpol agent. Okay. What? Undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He's apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And the cautious killer tried to wipe them away. So Latouche was an Interpol agent? Undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lamera's manager? It's just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. Concerns at 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belongs to Roman Latous. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. The registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover OP. Wonder how that ties into everything. It's got to tie in somehow, I think. Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Yona. I'll be heading out. Hold it. Who said that? Oh. Wait. Lamero? Something the matter? That voice just now. I fucking knew it. He was sussy as fuck. I fucking knew it. Darian. Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying. That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Latous. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of a joke? What? No way. Okay. Courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. Oh my god, okay. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lamera fingering Darian Kristen. Don't word it like that. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamera heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo. To be continued. Two 12 p.m. Right? Anything agency. Hey, Apollo. What? Well, you know, actually nothing. I mean, something. Maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is giving me an uckler. Ulker? What is that word? I don't know what. Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking, you gave it a score. What score would you give it? Score? Gee. Guess it would. Maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly. Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case. Yeah, well, I'll surely find that. The victim, Mr. Latous, would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent. What a mess. We don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamera told the whole court. Wait, a voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it. The voice I heard talking to Mr. Latous. It was Mr. Darian. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. What the fuck? Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's a spirit. Okay, where the fuck can we even go? Oh, okay. Sunshine Coliseum. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna call it here for today, guys. Shorter stream, I know, but I am still pretty tired because I had a shift today. So yeah, I think I would want to call it here. Continue next time. It's probably a decent point to call it, let's say. I just saved, bro. It's fine. Alrighty. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again, Varco, for the follow. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back probably on Tuesday. Yeah. Probably Tuesday. I think tomorrow I want to spend more time on editing and other stuff. And yeah. Okay. See you guys Tuesday. Have a lovely rest of your day. See you guys. Bye. Bye-bye.